Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another standard gameplay video. And today we are playing a Golgari rock based deck. For those who don't know, the rock is the name of basically a deck archetype, mostly black-green, but it can include other colours. So I think dates back to Legacy, but any kind of mid-range semi-controlling card drawing black-green deck is called the rock. And this deck revolves around Brako, Heartless Hunter, a card that I'll admit I have been sleeping on because it works. It doesn't work how I thought it worked, and I know I'm not the only one. I think Saffron Olive, Seth better known as Saffron Olive, when he spoke about the card before the set came out, also something similar. So who is Brako? He's a 3-mana 4/3 trample, so pretty good stats. It says whenever a creature an opponent controls with the greatest power among creature that player controls dies, draw a card and put a +1/+1 counter on Brako. Now we see effects that do that interact with greatest power among creatures, and often it will say things like greatest or equal greatest or worse to that effect, whereas Brako doesn't. So the way I think a lot of people thought it worked, myself included, and also Saffron Olive, is that, you know, if your opponent has 2 1/1s and you kill one of the 1/1s, it doesn't trigger. You've got to kill something that has the clear greatest power. That is not true. If your opponent has 100 1/1s and you kill one of them, you know, as long as they doesn't have anything bigger than a 1/1 or a 1 power, it will trigger. And it's not 1 or more as well. So if you kill 2 1/1s at once, you'll draw 2 cards and you'll put 2 +1/+1 counters of Brako. So Brako is a great card draw engine, and he gets bigger the more creatures of your opponents that you kill. So the deck is built around that, and it uses a lot of cards that we've seen before. In the 1-drop, we do have Cecil, Tragic Trajectory as removal, Bit of Triumph as removal, Deep Cavern Bat to get into our opponent's hand, Timeline Colour from Edge of Eternities, 2 mana 2/2 with haste, so pretty good, and we can warp it for 1 black and pay 2 life, so meaning we can play it for that cost, then exile it and play it from exile on a future turn. So basically, we can have a 1 mana, pay 2 life, 2/2 haste on turn 1, and also we can cast it from our graveyard, use its swap ability. And with Cecil, obviously, we want to get lower life or down to 10 or lower. So us basically shocking ourselves to play the colours and not the end of the world. Then we have Mosswood Dread Knight, just a great card draw engine. We can play it as a creature, 2 mana, 3/2 trample, and when it dies, we may cast it from our graveyard as an adventure until the end of the next turn. Its adventure side is draw a card and lose 1 life. And then Preacher of the Schism, again, just a great 3-drop, 3 mana, 2/4 Death Touch. When it attacks the player with the most life or tied for the most life, we create a 1/1 white vampire creature token with lifelink. When it attacks while we have the most life or tied for the most life, we draw a card and lose 1 life. If we have the same life as our opponent, we get both of those modes, so that's pretty good. And then Elegy Acolyte, only 2 copies of this, 4 mana, 4/4 lifelink. When one over more creatures we can control deal damage to a player, we draw a card and lose 1 life. So very similar to Gix, although Gix, I think, is just whenever a creature, not 1 or more. And then Void, meaning at the end of end step, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn, we do create a 2/2 colourless robot artifact creature token. And rounding out the deck, we do have 4 copies of Maelstrom Pulse. Destroy target non-land permanent or other permanents with the same name as that permanent. And I don't often play this card. In fact, I'm not sure I ever have, but we're playing it with Brako because if you're up against the the hair deck, which obviously puts a lot of hairs and then 1/1 tokens onto the battlefield, or the artifact deck, which puts a lot of Simulacrum Synthesize onto the battlefield. This is a great way. A 3 mana remove any non-land permanents, great, but if they have multiple, it obviously kills all of them. And if it's a creature and you kill multiple creatures, Brako will trigger multiple times. Mana base, as you'd expect, Swamp Forest, Blue and Marsh, Restless Cottage, Underground Mortuary, and 4 Wastewood Virtues. So yeah, it's a pretty fun deck, as it is a mid-range deck. You do need a lot of removal for obviously what's going on in the meta, and even though I think we have 11 of them, we don't always draw them, which is kind of annoying, even with all our card draw, but that's just the way Magic works at the moment. So really hope you enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe. I'll give a shout out to my patrons, Arcadius, Mihal, Thomas, and Adrian. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you everyone else for your support, and I'll see you all in my gameplay. We go first. Well, we could, and we will, I think, warp out Timeline colour. And turn 2, we can play a timeline colour. And turn 3, we can get down a Brako or Brako. Life gain? Well, Maelstrom Pulse could be quite interesting. And there, yeah. I think I would like more Maelstrom Pulses. Yes, on Rabbit. Well, yeah, I think we just fire it off. We do draw 2. And Brako does have trample. And it grows again. I wonder if they have like a Sheltered by Ghosts. That's bold. That's very bold. Well, let's Energy Acolyte. See if we can draw a one of our 1-mana removal spells. Nope, but let's just play out Cecil. Yeah, Brako's a lot more powerful than I thought it was. And I believe that is super lethal. Oh, opponent goes first. We're not in a green mana, but we've got no green cards in hand. We'll get down a Cecil. Does that Cecil get removed? What is that? Let's go drawing. Oh, good. Caretaker's Talent. Let's Blooming Marsh. And we'll get down a Preacher. And next turn, I think we get down the Acolyte. Sheltered by Ghosts. Or are you just gonna... Alright. Well, there's another Acolyte. Do they... Oh, they do. They double block. Obviously, Death Touch means it does still die. Still not seeing any removal. Yep, good fun. That doesn't really bother us. I think we just get down another Acolyte. Yeah, that makes sense. And we create another robot. Well, that's a prime target, I think, for Maelstrom Pulsing. Unless we take out the soldiers. Yeah, I think that's what we do. We take out the soldiers, then attack down Elsbeth. We can warp a couple of these. You go there. You go there. Oh, pre-train triggers when you attack a player. There's another pulse. That's pretty good. Do they have another Elsbeth? Bumbleflower Sharepot. Maybe we just mouse and pulse the wall. Probably give us lethal. Are they going to demo field something? They're looking at our lands. Is this now the Shattered by Ghost or another exorcism? Stop hovering over our stuff without doing anything. No, just another builder's talent. Which is good for us because we can take out both of them. Which is what we do. And hope they don't have a Shard Mage's Rescue, which I think they do. Oh no, they don't. We do draw another card. They gain 3, but that's not enough. We go first. Oh, I think we surveil turn 1. I don't think we need another land for now. Well, let's get a timeline colour out. What do they have? Just removal. We'll get down our preacher. And next turn. So they're a mayhem deck. I'd rather draw a card, I think. Well, we will Deep Cavern Bat. Doesn't really matter, but let's take the thing that they can cast. And we'll get down a Restless Cottage. Ooh, a Ditch a Carnosaur. Oh, that'll be why. And they hit a Ruzik anyway. Well, we warp you. Kill you. Kill you. Discard you. And just go all in. We hit him down to 10. What do they ditch this time? Another Quince Insight. We know they can kill the Deep Cavern Bat. Which is what they do. And they can play out Ruzik. Oh, Crawl Claw. Oh, let's just go big. We will exile their Troubling Carnosaur. What do they have in hand that they could put in with the Crawl Claw? There's a Monument. And I can zombify the Ruzik. Let's kill the Ruzik. And yeah, our opponent escapes. We go fast. Oh, pretty good hand. Not seen Cecil in a while, which is annoying. What are we up against? Just a start in town. Well, let's go a drawing. Another timeline colour. Oh, good. Artifacts. Well, let's get down our cottage. And hit him with the colour. Ideally, we'd want another Maelstrom pulse so we could pulse the synthesizer, Simulacrum synthesizer, and the and the constructs. That's the word I was looking for. Well, I think we'll get down a Dread Knight, and the colour. We'll just attack in. The fact that they didn't play a synthesizer Simulacrum suggests they don't have one. Because I don't think you'd Perilous Snare a timeline colour if you could play a synthesizer instead. Well, let's get down the Preacher. They're down to 8. They probably have more removal. Braided net's pretty good. We'll get down our Acolyte. They can tap something down. Probably the Preacher. Should have been the Preacher. Oh, there's a Cecil. Oh, we haven't played land this turn either. There we go. Yeah. Whoa, 3 Perilous Snares. That's unfortunate. I mean, even without this, well, I suppose we wouldn't have lethal because I have Braided Net. But they can tap down something. Which they should do. Why have you tapped down something that has summoning sickness? I mean, they couldn't have saved themselves anyway, but still an odd choice. Opponent goes first, but we have tons of removal. And a Brako. Oh, you can be tragic trajectoried. Are we up against lizards or just good stuff? Lizards by the looks of it. Let's take out the Hired Claw. Probably should have done that at instant speed. Well, let's just hold up a bit of triumph. There we are. That's one. I will discard the Saboteur. And let's play out Brako. And hopefully it doesn't get removed. That's annoying. Oh, let's just Maelstrom Pulse you. You have another burn spell. Really like that Brako to survive. Well, I think we play out both of our Dread Knights. Oh, we can't. We only have 1 green. In which case, we may as well draw. Hopefully going down to 7 doesn't kill us. Oh, that's going to have to tapped. Oh, might as well. They have enough haste creatures, so we're going to hold back. Are they just trying saving up the burners out in one go? It looks like it. Are we just dead? Yep. Didn't draw any of our life gain. Ooh, our opponent goes first. Deep Cavern Bat's always interesting. Artifacts? I think we have enough 2-drops. And we can warp that back. Oh, let's see what they've got in hand. Ugin. Ugin. And colourless isn't the best at removal. Oh, let us Deep Cavern Bat again. And let us Timeline Colour. Hit in. And next turn we get down the Acolyte. We'll be able to get with one of them. Obviously, if they do draw a third Ugin, we are probably in trouble. We could... what we'll do is we'll Sunset Saboteur. And let's Malsham Pulse the archive. And let's swing in. I can turn on the Sanctuary, but they don't. I don't have another Sanctuary. And we create a Robit. What do they get? Reliquary. I know, just a Candy Trail. I think what we do, we'll warp the Timeline Colour in hand, Tragic Trajectory, the Pew Pew. Take out you. Yes. What's that? They put a land into play. Let's just take out Tezzeret. And get down the colour. Yes, you can emote as much as you want, but you should probably just do something. But I goes first. We need green mana. But we have some plays before that is entirely necessary. Yep. We're up against Unholy Annex, I'm guessing. Wow. Doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, hold on. At least we can get back whatever they take. Yeah. No third land in a deck with 24 lands. Yep. I mean, you knew what was in her hand. Why is it taking you this long? Holy cow. Well, there's land. If they want to trade, that's fine. And then obviously they know what's in our hand. Oh, let's Brako. That was an odd block. And yeah, that was really, really weird. Our opponent goes first. Oh, we can turn one Cecil. It doesn't get removed straight away. Yes, it does. That's a draw. Stop with the lands, please. You get removed. Oh, maybe you don't. Yep, you do. Well, there's very little point, I think, playing out Brako because one, they haven't got any creatures to remove, and two, it'll just get removed. Well, good. I suppose we can Brako now and remove their wrench. Well, we do get the draw. Well, let's just play you out then. Problem is, we have a lot of removal in their deck, and chances are they've hit it. Well, let's get out you. Let's get out a Preacher. How much more removal do they have? Oh, Deep Cavern Bat. That's ours, though. Obviously, they're not far away from just being able to get down the Virtue. Fantastic. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Never mind. Obviously, I don't care about blocking because it's ours. Do they have the land for Virtue? No, they have our Preacher. Which we will kill. Well, let's just go a walloping. Yeah, see that coming. Wow, okay. Let's take out you. Hopefully they never hit that land drop. If you're going to do it now. At least we can get the colour. Well. Oh no! That takes out any non-land permanent. They have to top deck, yeah. I forgot. Maelstrom Pulse is any non-land permanent.